Hello, my viewers. Welcome back to the channel. And by the video title, you know what this video is about. I'll be ranking the top 10 Steeler players right now. So who are our team right now entering 2023, some of our best players and the most important players on our team. I'm ranking the top 10. Of course, everybody's important, but I'm ranking the top 10 players on our team currently. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's going to be PowerPoint style, so I'm about to switch over. So quick transition with some transitional music. My top 10 Steelers in 2023. Let's get this video and party started. Okay, the top 10 Steelers in 2023 by the Arsenal DB. Kind of rhymes a little bit. Okay, the first person at number 10, we have Diontae Johnson. I got Diontae Johnson at number 10. Diontae Johnson is now a veteran receiver. He's a Pro Bowler before. The year he had a Big Ben, we caught 100 catches, 1,000 yards, a very good route runner. He's a guy who I know people kind of like say that, well, he drops a lot of passes, but that's kind of a little misconception because the past few years he actually did a very good job in recovering from that. I think it was 2020 when he had that bad year where he dropped all those passes and stuff like that. But this year last year he played well, and then the year before that he had his Pro Bowl year, was his best year of his career so far. He's very underrated and overhated. I know a lot of fans give him a lot of crap and stuff like that all the time, but Diontae Johnson is a guy who goes out there, puts in the hard work, and he go out there and make plays all over the field for us. And I love to have DJ on our team and love what he does for the team. So that's why he's at number 10. And yeah, moving on to the next one. Number 9, we got the Wizard of Boz. You might be saying, how do you have a kicker above a receiver? Because Chris Boswell is like that. He's the Wizard of Boz. He's a top 5 kicker in the league. You know, Justin Tucker is in front of him. Of course, Justin Tucker is one of the best ever. Young Ho Q, was he Young Ho who, the one from the Atlanta Falcons. I can't say his name. One from Atlanta Falcons. He's another one as well. Very good kicker and stuff. And there's a lot of other guys as well too. But Chris Boswell is definitely top 5 kicker. Very consistent. He's always reliable. We can rely on him a lot of different times. He have won so many games for us. He won our last playoff game for us. He scored all the points in that game. We had the 6 field goals he hit, and he's the last member of the Killer Bees. You know, Ben, Brown, Bell, Bryant, and Boswell. He's the last remaining member of the Killer Bees. Boswell is a guy who you can rely on. Hopefully they don't put him out there in harm's way like they did that one time. We got boomed and lit up. Hopefully that don't happen. Again. That wasn't last year. That was the year before last. That was 2021, 2022 season. He got out there and did some trick play and got boomed. Hopefully that don't happen anymore. They didn't do it last year, so hopefully they don't do nothing like that anymore. But Boswell is a guy you can count on every time. If you put him in distance, you give him within 55 yards, and maybe I don't think he ever hit a 60-yarder. I could be mistaken. I think he might have hit a 60-yarder before, but those 50-yarders like that, those big-time plays, he'd go out there and hit the game winner in week 1 versus the Bengals. Remember, he missed it initially, but then he made up for it in the end to help us win that game. And then he's just a very good guy, very good and talented, and he's gonna go out there and you can count on him. And people always say the kicker position is not too necessary. The kicker position is very necessary, and kicker position is one of the most important positions in football because without a kicker, sometimes you get hectic. People always kind of undermine the kicker position, but then when the kicker go down, you be like, dang. And remember the Steelers last year, you putting all different guys in and stuff like that. That year before, Boswell went down with an injury, and sometimes you put different people in. Like this guy right here, he's gonna work right there. So having a guy who's a top 5 kicker in the league, a guy who's very consistent, very reliable, is always you count on. Like Tom Brady won about 3 of his Super Bowls from a kicker. So kicker being on this list is necessary because Boswell is that guy. Number 8, I have Patrick Peterson. Pat P is on the list like that. I know he hasn't played a game yet as a Steeler yet, but he's a future Hall of Famer. This man made 8 straight Pro Bowls. He's a 3-time first team All-Pro. He's a good leader. He's a good leader with the Cardinals. He's a good leader with the Vikings. And we've seen the leadership so far, too, in OTAs as well. The past 2 weeks when he was in OTAs, and now OTAs is over and getting ready to go to the little mini camp things and stuff. But he's a good mentor. He's going to help these guys. He helped that Vikings defense a little bit, too, as well. Helps some of those corners there. He's going to help the Steelers corners, JPJ. He's going to help Corey Trice, Levi Wallace, all those guys. He's going to give them all the knowledge in the world. Patrick Peterson is a future Hall of Famer and one of the best to ever do it. Like I mentioned, getting hit. The Steelers love veteran cornerbacks. We had Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden made a Pro Bowl with us. He was very good. And now you got Patrick Peterson here, who I think had a little more upside than what Joe Hayden had when he got here as well. And Patrick Peterson will go out there and he's going to deliver every single time and make some big plays for us. So I'm happy to see it and ready to see it. So yeah, Patrick Peterson's at number 8. Number 7, Pat Freiermuth. That's kind of like a cow when I said that, but Pat Freiermuth. 60-plus catches the past 2 years. I've been making a big-time improvement every year. He's a good blocker. He's a vertical threat tight end, so he can get down the field and make big-time plays. He's very reliable. On third down, who you going to go to? We've seen the Bengals game, the first game of the season. Mr. Trubisky was in dire need through it. Pat Freiermuth, we see Kenny Pickett go to him a lot of times. I wish Freiermuth had that touchdown from last year, too, against the Falcons. If Gunner moved out the way, he probably would have had it because Gunner came in the way. He was trying to help, but he came in the way and kind of like slowed his momentum and his speed. They had to stop. He got tackled, but if he would have scored a touchdown, that would have been nice. But Pat Freiermuth is a big-time receiver, big-time tight end. He's going to be something special. I believe this year, hopefully this year, he'll make a Pro Bowl. He'll make the Pro Bowl this year. I feel like he needs some more targets because I feel like early on in the year, they wasn't really targeting him as much. But I feel like he can get like double-digit touchdowns and probably 800, 900 yards, maybe 1K. Like that, maybe 1K. We'll see what happens, how the Steelers kind of like attack in the air. Most likely, they'll probably be on the ground, but I can still see him getting double-digit touchdowns for sure. But 60-plus catches in your first 2 years is amazing for a tight end, especially coming to the league and playing in this type of Steelers style. The Steelers is very high reliant upon the tight end position. So shout out to Pat Freiermuth. He's number 7 on my list at the top 10 Steelers entering 2023. Number 6, we got GP14, George Pickens. Had 801 receiving yards on his first year, which was second behind Jesse Johnson. This is his rookie year. He played very well. And he actually taken account of the yards he got after week 5 because they really didn't use him too much. He got a big catch he had against the Browns. He had a big catch against the against the Bengals, but he really didn't get the ball as much as he should have got the ball early on. Mr. Trubisky didn't throw the ball to him. Kenny Pickett was the one who started giving him involved a lot more and throwing the ball to him a lot, and we've seen him make some plays. He's very physical. He can beat man-to-man, and he's very active in the run game as well. He don't just sit around, just wait around like that and just look. He actually go in there and he try to get some hands on and make some plays. And then, he averaged 15.4 yards a catch, which is big time. He only had 50, I believe he had 54 catches. He only had 50-plus catches his first year. 12 starts last year, so I'll take that. Yeah, you started 12 times last year, and you had 801 receiving yards. That's pretty nice right there. And I feel like he could have had 1,000 if they played him a little earlier. But this year they're going to be full blown with him. I got a feeling that he's going to be the bona fide number 1 receiver. I'm predicting 1,200. I'll say 1,200. I'm going to say 1,238. 1,230 receiving yards and 11 touchdowns. And they're going to be within – he's a guy's a deep threat, so he won't need 100 catches. I think it'd be like 75 or 80 catches like that. He'll do a lot of big-time things like that. But I think he's going to have that type of year. Pro Bowl year coming for George Pickens. He's very good. So look out for George Pickens, y'all. Alex Highsmith is number 5. Alex Highsmith, every season he got better. We've seen his first year, he had, 1 or 2 sacks. Second year, he had, 6 sacks. And jumped up to 14.5 sacks, which is was ranked 6th in the league. He was tied number 1 in forced fumbles with 5. He improved every season. I'm like, this man is a beast. He's an absolute beast. And through when TJ Watt, because people say, TJ Watt was playing. Well, TJ Watt missed most of the season. And we seen Alex Highsmith go out there and eat it up. And go out there and play crazy like that, and he was getting the double teams. He was getting the attention. Like people hey, watch out for that guy. He was out there dominating, out there playing amazing football. And then you see what he's doing now, and he got a big payday coming as well. Alex Highsmith is big time, and his spin move is very good too. That spin move he always pull out, that power spin is kind of like he come in, and you think he kind of let the bull rush you. He put all that pressure in, but he's so explosive and elusive for his size. He'll spin off and get around. We see him do that, and we see him cash in on that move a lot. And he kind of trick it up, trying to trick it a little bit sometimes too. I've seen some edge rushers fake the spin a little bit sometimes too as well, and then still get there. But he's a very good, versatile pass rusher. That's what the Steelers love. A player they drafted who got better and better every year, and now he's on that Pro Bowl like level. Number 4, in my opinion, the 4th best player on the Steelers team is Najee Harris. Najee Harris, his first year here, he was Mr. Do-It-All. He went out there and just played amazing football. And his second year, had the injury, the Liz Frank injury. And he started off a little slow, but when he got healthy, we've seen him pick it up. And he's the first Steeler running back to ever rush for 1,000 yards in his first 2 seasons. He's also a one-time Pro Bowler. He has 10 total touchdowns in back-to-back years, 20 total touchdowns over his whole career so far in the first 2 years, 40-plus receptions in his first 2 years, as well as a running back, and 2,930 scrimmage yards in his first 2 years. Najee Harris is an absolute beast. He's an absolute menace. When he gets the ball in his hands in the air or on the ground, he can make things happen. And now that he got a 1-2 punch, it make him healthier, and it help him see more explosive plays from him as well. Because Jalen Warren can take the load some games, later in the season. Jalen Warren take the load for these next 2 games, and then we see Najee get pumped up. And it's better in the long run, so you can have him for the playoffs and stuff like that. So that wear and tear, and a guy his size and his ability, keep him for the long run, gonna be very good and stuff. So Najee Harris is amazing. He got the last name Harris from the legendary Franco Harris. It seemed like his middle name is Jerome, so he kind of fit to be a Steeler. Jerome Bettis. And then you got Franco Harris is Najee Jerome Harris is his full name. So he kind of fit. He was kind of born to be a Steeler a little bit. Got the size and the skill. And he can stay healthy and stay putting up these numbers and these stats he's putting up now. He's going to be big time. Moving on next to Cam Heyward. Cam Heyward, the leader of the team, the veteran of the team. We got to get him a Super Bowl. Hopefully someday the Steelers can get to the Super Bowl when Cam Heyward is still on the team and give him a Super Bowl. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro, 1-time second-team All-Pro, 12-year veteran in the league, a great leader, the definition of a Steeler. This man is literally the definition of Steeler. You type in the definition of Steelers, you look at guys like Mean Joe Green, you look at guys like Lambert, Jack Ham, you look at Rod Woodson, you look at Mel Blount, you look at those guys. Mel Blount's still built to this day. He can get out there in the field right now. Mel Blount, you look at him like that. And you look at all those guys like that. Those are the difference of the Steelers. And he's in the modern era. You look at Cam Heyward. You look at Ben Roethlisberger, Troy Polamalu, of course, one of my favorite player ever. The reason I started liking football in the first place. Polamalu, James Harrison. You look at those guys. Those are the definitions of the Steelers. Those hard, gritty, tough guys. Now, not gonna hear too much on rah rah and all that crazy talk, stuff like that. They're gonna go out there and they're gonna play. And they're gonna go and destroy you like that. And some of the guys might talk. They might talk and say some stuff too as well. James Harrison, he's gonna tell you what he's gonna do, and he's gonna do it to you like that. Polamalu was a little more quiet like that on that side, but don't get it twisted. Polamalu go out there and make some things happen too. The difference of the Steelers is basically, being perseverant, never giving up, and going out there and playing like this is your last time playing football ever. Playing like this is your last game ever. That's the definition of being a Steeler like that, leaving it all on the field. And we see Cam Heyward do that every single time. A game I can think of that he left it, you just see it in a game. If you want to come in and just show new Steelers or new Steeler fans, or you want to show new Steeler players coming in or rookies coming in, go to the Chargers game when the Steelers played the Chargers last year. And when the Steelers defense was just depleted, everybody was almost injured. Minkah was injured. A lot of people was injured. Cam Heyward, and you see what he did in that game, and the tenacity and the energy he brought. It was just crazy. It was that Sunday Night Football game we put the Chargers. We lost. We fell short to the Chargers. We had the ball last. Big Ben couldn't get the first down, and we fell short to him. But Cam Heyward in that game, you watched that where he chased down Justin Herbert like that. Even though the defense was letting a lot of things happen, he was just going out there and making play after play after play and putting everything on the line like that. And y'all let the D lineman run down the field and chase down the quarterback. Justin Herbert had about, 80, 90 rushing yards that game. He had a big run, and Cam Heyward chased him down, hauled him down. Cam Heyward made a big play where he jumped up and pass deflected it and got an interception. It was Cam Sutton with the interception. I was like, there you go. That right there is just that's big time right there. When you see a guy out there just go out there and put his heart on the field and go out there and play with all the energy and tenacity in the world and just never give up. You gotta love a guy like that. So Cam Heyward, and he's also got 78.5 sacks as well, which is amazing. I think he ranked 3rd or 4th all time like that. Mean Joe Green probably would have been way ahead if they registered stacks early in his time, but Cam Heyward is right up there. He got amazing sacks, got amazing plays. Interceptions too. Him and TJ Watt are very good at that, being in the line of scrimmage and just jumping up and getting an interception. We see him get one, I think, a couple years ago against the Bears. He had one. They might have. I don't know if he had one last year or not. I don't think so. But they have a lot of pass deflections. They go out there and play amazing. But that man right there is an absolute beast. Number 2, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah Fitzpatrick, a 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro, 5 defensive touchdowns. He has 4 pick sixes and a 1 fumble return touchdown as well. Minkah Fitzpatrick is an absolute beast. I remember when we first got him, I was like, because I remember Minkah Fitzpatrick was on our radar when they kept showing in the draft. They were showing Mike Tomlin talk to him and stuff, but we wasn't gonna get him because he was going to be too high up. But when the following year, when they said he was grunting like a grown-up player, like he was feeling like right in the Miami Dolphins, and we was able to trade for him, and we got him in his first game here. He had interception and some fumble recoveries against the 49ers, and then remember the big time play he had against the Colts, the 97-yard pick six. I was like, this guy right here is an absolute beast. He's an absolute beast. He went out there and played amazing, made an All-Pro team that year for us, and then made another one, and then he went out there. Then at 1 year in 2021, 2022 season, he showed his toughness. He was downhill because the run game, stopping the run wasn't the best in that 2021, 2022 season. The Steelers sucked at that. And he went out there. He was playing amazing football, getting downhill. Had hit the most tackles on the team, I believe, that year too as well. Minkah Fitzpatrick was playing big time. He had 19 career interceptions. And in my opinion, I think a lot of people's opinions as well, he's the best safety in the NFL because he do it at a very high level year after year. I know people love the Derwin James and the other guys like that, but they don't. But the injuries, and they don't do it consistently throughout the year like this man do it. This man right here go out there, and every year you see greatness. Every year you see greatness, and he keep this up, he gonna see himself with the greatness in the Hall of Fame. So Minkah Fitzpatrick is that guy. And last but not least, definitely not least, T.J. Watt. 3-time first-team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2021 Defensive Player of the Year. He has 4 13-plus sack seasons. The only person that has more is Reggie White, legendary Reggie White. 77.5 sacks, 7 sacks from all-time Steelers record, who James Harrison hold the record right now. So T.J. Watt got a chance to break that record this year, and he has 6 career interceptions. And he's the edge rusher, so him getting like that, so him getting the interceptions, he just jump up. He had 2 last year. He just jump up and just snag it. Him and Cam Heyward are very good at doing that. But T.J. Watt is an absolute beast, and the Steelers' best player. And the reason, what about Minkah? I was gonna think about putting Minkah at first, but I was like, T.J. Watt is first because when T.J. Watt did not play, the Steelers are 1-10. Like T.J. Watt, they have 9 games under 500 when T.J. Watt do not play, and that should tell you something. And last year we was 2-6. We went 1-5. I think 1-6 with T.J. Watt. He came back after the bye week. We went 7-2. Like that. Now I know it was a strong part of us changing some things up as well, but he was out on the field and he made some plays like that. So he's just an all-around great player. He make everybody around him better. And when him and Minkah Fitzpatrick on the field at the same time, having two greats, top 5, I think Minkah's the best safety in the league. I think T.J. Watt might be Nick Bosa the best edge rusher because T.J. Watt was injured last year. But we're doing the overall body of work. I'll take T.J. Watt over him. T.J. Watt is up there with them like that. So I feel like T.J. Watt and Minkah being like some of the best players in your position, having both of those guys on the field at the same time, it makes everything just easier and feel more freer like that too as well. T.J. Watt is an absolute monster. He's a big time piece for the team, and he's gonna be big time this year for us as well. T.J. Watt, Minkah, Cam Heyward, all these guys I listed on this list right there, gonna show us why we are one of the best defenses in the NFL. It's not the best defense, but yeah, this is my list right here. This is my top 10 list of the top 10 players. Hope you guys like this list. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Most likely, this video will be uploaded. I'm recording it on Monday, so this video will probably be uploaded probably Wednesday. So when you see this, probably Wednesday, but stay tuned for that. Or Tuesday, maybe. It depends on how I edit this, how fast I edit and stuff. But I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.